Joy Tactics.
And this is ridiculous. Got mad gummy money and it is deliciousness. Yo, my name is Nicholas and this is ridiculous. Got mad gummy money and it is
Remember that?
What is that?
Oh yeah, dude. What the fuck?
Yo, my name is Nicholas and
Yo, my name is Nicholas and this is ridiculousness. Got mad
That
gummy
was
money.
never a part. That was a part of my brain that was like never supposed to be reactivated. That memory. There's no world in which I should have remembered that. Like that would. I feel like if you would have showed me that tomorrow, I would have been like, that would have faded away. That memory.
It was holding on.
It was just holding
seems
on.
like-
Now it's
Your
fucking
life.
taking up fucking memory space, and I only have fucking 2 terabytes on my fucking brain memory
Right.
USB stick.
Right.
I would kill to
So
go to like a cousin's wedding or something and have that guy be there and just get to know him and get faded as hell with him and then never see him again.
Yeah.
well, you know his
Well,
name.
Yeah. Well,
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Well, clearly his name is Nicholas, and his shit is ridiculousness.
And he's got, oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's hard to
That
say, but
guy's
that's
dead. There's no way that guy's alive.
That guy's dead. If he's dead, it's from a slacklining incident. You know what I'm saying? If he, I went to
Dude,
school with a guy
yo.
named Carl, and he got really into slacklining after high school. But they would slackline in between like mountainous peaks, so they'd be like 500 feet up in the air.
That should have been the topic.
Slacklining.
Mountainous peaks.
We could still do a portion on it, a
We
segment.
need to do terrains. We need to do terrains
Mhm.
at some point. I've been begging you guys to fucking talk about terrains, but you guys are fucking scared.
No,
Terrains
I
on the
just am
membrane.
studying.
Geographic
Mhm.
Cypress Hill, no
Geographic.
less. That's what I'm saying. The new Bill Nye is the weed. That's all right.
Right. No, I'm following. But just to say, a lot of Carl's friends didn't make it.
Carl. Oh, they all fell to their death.
I think there were multiple incidents. And
Well,
that same
that's what you
community
get.
are the ones that do the wings, the squirrel suits.
Yeah.
Oh, that is what I want to get. I want to get up in a fucking squirrel suit. That I know for a fact if I do that for my first try at that, no matter how much training I have,
You're out.
instant death, instant cliff, like the wing fucking bursts and I'm falling to my death.
So if I
If you
got
wanna
you a squirrel suit for your birthday, would you use it
Yeah. Oh, dude.
outside the bedroom?
I would just wear that shit like every day, just on the daily.
Damn. What are you saying, Jack?
I was gonna say, if you want to do an activity that dangerous,
Yeah.
literally, just let me kill you so that I can see what it feels like to kill somebody because you're gonna die anyways. So you could do it in the squirrel suit, put that shit on, and I'll choke you out at the top of the mountain until you're out of here. Let me get one ethical body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we're
if they
all
had
getting
some
ethical bodies before we pass away, for sure.
If they had a Minority Report style technology that could map out the fate of like you're gonna die in this car accident, just like accidents,
Mhm.
then there should be like a system in place where you could just like anybody can kill them that day, like before that happens.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? So it just it's like it scratches the itch for like serial killers and murderers and stuff like that. So it's like I think everyone kind of wins except for the person dying, but it's going to happen anyways. The thing is you can't escape fate, right? It's like Final Destination.
I know. Trust me.
I love you, man.
Now, how long do you think a killing would stay with you? Would it be
like,
staying
mentally,
with you
like
in your consciousness for a while? Mentally, right.
Oh,
yeah, for lunch, maybe over the course of lunch.
Wow.
No, that is a haunting memory. That has
Well,
I don't know why
someone?
I'm thinking of, if you're thinking of memories as data, that has to be at least 200 terabytes of data. Like if you downloaded that memory, that would take fucking a billion. That would take days upon days on the highest speed fiber optic cable internet. On my internet, it would be decades to download this.
I feel like you're conceptualizing a new sci-fi thing because it's the second time you've dropped to like the amount of memory
The
that you
Memory
have in
Stick,
terabytes.
a new film by Neighbor.
The memory stick. Take it out.
Wow.
Take it out.
Take it out. I'm like going up to people in Starbucks and pulling out their stick and putting it in my head. Holy shit.
Ugh.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Terra brain.
Well,
22 gigabrain.
It's all slimy. Well, today we're talking about guitars. Jin, 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 jin. Jin, 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 jin.
Is that Godsmack?
That's just an original, dude.
Oh,
wow.
shit.
There was a. I want to talk about guitar joy for a second because there was. I worked on that cruise ship, right? And there's a musical on the ship called Rock of Ages, 80s theme musical. I've said this a few times. And they had a live band in it, so they brought they get these guys. There's like this guy from New Jersey who had like probably 25, 26, hair down to his ass, long hair. He had the at the crew parties he would always wear the like rave light up fingers, these, and he'd be like,
have them right next to you.
come here, and he'd be doing the light up fingers. He'd do it for the crew, some of the Filipino crew
Come
who
here.
maybe hadn't seen that before. Come here.
We see him. We know that. we know it's on your hand, dude.
And anyways, I've never seen someone embody a love of guitar as much as this guy. And this guy was like showing like 1980s level guitar love to the world. He'd be right. He had the fan in his face. There was a crew party one Christmas where he was like, asked to perform a song from the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Can you imagine? And the crew is going nuts. And he's up there, hair blowing in the air. I just don't think there's that many people out there like that anymore that love guitar like this.
Certainly not. No.
So just shout out to him and hope he's well. He started dating a European chick on the ship who worked in the makeup department. You can buy makeup on the ship and all this other stuff as well.
Wow.
What else are you working
on? Nothing.
Yeah, what kind of makeup? What kind of makeup?
I don't
How much
know
did it cost?
about this fucking guy or this story.
Clinique.
Move on.
The Clinique counter. Okay,
Clinique.
Now let's go.
Now, do you guys have any guitar playing experience? I know, Jack, you are a master ukulele player, which a lot of people don't know. That I think you flexed a couple times, and there's one right in your background.
That's not a ukulele. That's a charango.
Oh,
that's made out of armadillo skin. I found on the street.
What's a charango? What's the difference between a charango and a ukulele? It looks like a
literally. Where
is
do
that
I
the
begin?
Carcass of an armadillo? Is it an armadillo carcass?
That's an armadillo carcass. I don't actually know what the fuck it is. It's got no strings on it. I just found it next door. The guy next, I might have said this on here. The guy next door was giving away all his son's, what is it called? A taxidermy. He had like a taxidermy collection. So there was like all these dead fucking.
He made a guitar out of a
shit.
dead.
And so he had this armadillo out there. And I grabbed that thing, and then he was going through like one by one. All the dad came out and was like, "Yeah, we're getting rid of my son's, no longer into taxidermy, so we're getting rid of all this." And then one by one, he went through every single item and said, "Oh, he can't get rid of that," and took everything back inside. That
oh my god
was humorous.
Can you show us the object?
The charango, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, that guy is in jail right now. The father was lying. Like he's just no longer into You don't get in. You don't.
That's a passion.
Guitar out of armadillo and just not be into taxidermy anymore.
That's a God-given passion. That's a fire.
That is a passion. That's a lifelong pursuit.
So I just want to say before we see it, I'm feeling afraid that you brought this object into your house for spiritual reasons, but maybe let's get a second look and see if maybe
have you cleansed that at all?
I'm kind of honestly, guys, I'm a little bit over fear. I'm a little bit in the I'm a little bit in the realm of like I pray for anything even remotely interesting to be going on, and I invite
I
things
feel
like
like you
that.
could not be cursed, Jack, by like the most powerful like occult, like
They'd miss me,
spiritual
yeah.
witch, whatever. That you would be like you. I feel like their energy cannot affect you, and you're
No.
not even affected by
especially in,
um like negative whatever cursed energy.
especially in this outfit. Let's see the basketball shorts, Jack. Let's see what you got here.
What is that? A Met? Is that a
There's
Mets?
something about the shorts and polo and the sunglasses that you'd be unable to be cursed.
I don't think I'd be paying attention. They'd start saying the curse, and then I'd be like, "What was that?" And they'd
Yeah,
say,
you'd be online
"Albokododa
gambling. This is the online gambling
miantos."
outfit.
I don't do online gambling unless I'm in the illegal states, and then I will. But if I'm well,
But
I've been
Jack,
coming up lately, huh?
I've been doing some illegal online. No, I've been doing legal online gambling. I didn't
Uh,
tell you this.
no, you didn't. I'm
I
worried about
wanted
you,
to
man.
test out the addictiveness and make sure that you're okay. So I was testing out slots.lv, playing some table games, and I got
In
wiped
Latvia.
clean. I thought LV stood for Las Vegas.
Oh,
Oh,
You
but
think Las
LV must be
Vegas has
it
their
Latvia.
might,
own?
no, it might be Las Vegas.
Maybe
They have their own.
Slots.lv.
It's probably Las
Maybe
Vegas.
it's
That makes so
Latvia.
much more sense. It couldn't be Latvia. Let's look up what's .lv. Louis Vuitton is what came up.
Yeah. .lv is the country code top level domain for Latvia.
Well, it's that
All
simple.
right,
of course,
I've been
dude.
playing Latvian slots, and
And
by
you
the way,
know
I think
those
that shit's
algorithms are
rigged.
not balanced. You know, they're not.
That's my main complaint.
Okay, bitches. This
Okay,
is
let's
a
see.
Chirongo. This is what
Jesus
used to be
Christ!
Walking the Earth Alive. Now it's
Oh my
chilling
God, Jack!
next to my CKY VHS holding tape that Eric got me.
Oh
And
my God!
I have a bit of a Shrine of Death going on over there with
Now turn that thing around.
Moink. That's a bit
Oh,
normal on
we
this
need to
side.
get that
But look at,
stringed for you.
I know, I want to learn it, but there's no fucking
Strung.
strings on it. Look how many strings there are meant to be. 10
Jesus.
Oh,
or
can
9.
can you show the armadillo's head?
Help me,
Does it
man!
smell?
Help! Help!
Does it smell? To be honest,
Smell it.
Well,
does it?
it's hard to
Does it
tell because
Smell
I have
smell?
it.
so many. There's so many cinnamon essential oil sticks in this room right now that it's hard to smell anything but cinnamon. But let me try. Ooh, you know what? You know when you go
Smells kind
into
of
your
good.
grandparents, you know when you go in your attic and it smells like
Mhm.
wood and like insulation.
And
It really
skin.
smells like that.
Mhm.
I like that. That
Something tells
hurts.
me that you would have a new if you string that fucker up and got that shit hooked up to an electric amp, that would be what we would call a new sound that people that I've been a lot of that people musicians are desperate for new sounds. But what about the sounds we already have, right? What happened to the
Right.
acoustic guitar, a classic
Well,
sound?
let me ask you guys this. Do you think guitars are an ancient relic and it's all about EDM? Ooh.
Say that again? I don't quite understand.
Wow.
You're saying
Oh, that,
EDM came
no, listen.
first before guitars?
No, what? Relax. What I'm saying is, do you think that guitars are fading away?
Wow.
Are fading away
This,
and EDM is taking
Yeah.
over.
because guitar
I think
solos are out. You know what I'm saying? The solo's already out. And when you look at bands like Maroon 5 and even some metal bands, the art of name a famous guitarist. You can't. It's hard to
Stevie
name
Ray
one.
Vaughan, BB
Okay,
King.
dead. Axl Rose dead. That's what I'm saying. Where is the new guitarist?
That's a good
Wow.
point.
Mm.
And you bring up a good point with the solo because I think that is such a special quality of live performance that if you're an EDM DJ, the whole thing's a solo. Like I would love to see 6 DJs in a sort of band formation, and there's somebody sitting on on a chair and is DJing back there, and everybody kind of DJs together in a harmonious electronic symphony.
Nate, take a fucking podcast solo right now.
Yeah, and I'll back it with an amazing song by a guitarist, named Pat Metheny.
Oh.
All right, so this is just me talking right now. This is just my solo. Nobody else can talk. So this is just my space right now, and I can finally talk about what I want to talk about, the things that I'm interested in. So yeah, I was really going down the rabbit hole with Sydney Sweeney's new movie recently, and she had to put on some weight for this role, and I think she's I think she's going for the Oscar this time. And I mean, I'm praying for you, Sydney. I think you're an amazing actress.
All right, now Eric solo. Eric, go.
Man, I'm trying to think of even what to give me a topic, and I'll go crazy on it.
Dude, nobody gave me a topic. Did you see what I just did there?
Well, I thought you would be talking about guitars. I thought you would be talking about guitars.
No, it's my solo, man.
The solo is where you show off. You're showing off. You're doing something that it wouldn't fit ordinarily into the what's going on. So you take a moment to kind of.
It would be easy if we weren't so humble and like to share
You saw how difficult that conversation. Because I wanted to connect so badly. You could feel that, right? Every moment I was
I felt it very strongly. But you guys like that music, right? Do you guys know what song he's basically riffing on? Mm-hmm.
Norah Jones. Norah Jones, wasn't it?
Mrs. Norah Jones.
Bring that name back.
Man, what? Can we go back? Can we go back a little bit to when Norah Jones was a powerful artist? She still is, by the way, but she's not recognized as such.
I would love that, Eric. How can we go back? And how can we bring Macy Gray with us?
Cup of coffee. I want that Norah Jones. I want that Gilmore Girls. I want that first time trying Italian food. You know what I mean? 2002, life was good.
First time trying Italian.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like what maybe even I was up to back then.
I want that first cardigan.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I want that first Chipotle.
Mm-hmm. Don't you think that? What do they call it? What did they call that era of like like how Starbucks looked back then? It's called like it's called World Cafe. Oops. It's called the World Cafe aesthetic.
What's that?
Are you teasing a new essay you're writing right now?
No, I wish.
World Cafe aesthetics.
Bro, yo, can I say I fucking just on this road trip down to Virginia drove through my old neighborhood. These motherfuckers are literally building Israeli settlement compounds in this neighborhood. Like they want it. They're building houses that look like bomb shelters and McDonald's is. Like when we grew up, a like 3-floor McMansion would come in and we'd go, what the fuck, man? This shit's changing the whole neighborhood. This looks like shit. This looks like fucking whatever, Akon's house on Cribs or something. Now it looks like the fucking
bring back
it looks
Akon.
Like
yeah.
Oh, bring him back. But these new houses that they're building, it literally looks like square, black and gray with these ancient slabs and all this shit.
You don't think the corporations have been pushing for this? You don't think minimalism was a CIA style psychological operation?
Here's what the PSYOP is.
Look what we used to have. I got it wrong. It's not called World Cafe. It's called the Global Village Coffee House Aesthetic.
I know. I was going to correct you, but
remember shit like that?
Oh yeah. My God.
Oh yeah.
Brack.
That's like Panera vibes.
Look at the bags there.
Here's what it is.
I
Here's
mean-
the psyop. Here's the psyop right now. They're making
Excuse
the
me?
world. They're making the world ugly as fuck, so that you are desperate to be in your like locked in, kind of electric chair style like VR
The full dive VR suit.
simulation,
It's
basically in
called
your
full
house.
dive, man.
Full what?
It's called full dive.
Full
And once
dive?
the
Is that what
quantum computing becomes
right?
widely available, yeah, we're all gonna be full diving. That's what Neo does into the Matrix.
How's your coding boot camp going, Eric? Are you making
It's
any
not
friends?
good, man. I've been hungover for a lot of the sort of exams, but I'm learning. I have the knowledge of everyone else in the class. I just haven't done all the tests.
I'm evil.
I'm evil.
I'm
I'm
evil.
Evil. Oh yeah, Jack does it the
Kanye
best.
West. Me?
I'm
No.
evil.
I'm evil. I'm evil.
That is a reference to a Ye interview where he's dressed in the full
The
Klansman
black Ku
outfit
Klux
with
Klan fit.
DJ Academics, and he says like, "Why did you speak on Virgil's death? Like a lot of people were upset of that." And he's like, you can't see his face, and he just says, "I'm evil."
But he doesn't even say
Man.
it as cool as you wish he would have said it. He kind of throws it away. I'm
It sounds
evil.
like he's ordering a coffee. I'm evil.
Yeah. Saying that, what's your, and can I get a name for the order? I'm evil.
I'm evil.
Mr.
Yeah.
Evil. Mr. Evil.
I mean, okay, so what did that guitar that I just played for you guys make you feel?
It I mean, it feels like life is good. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Life is
Mhm.
relaxing. You're at the beach, maybe. You're with family members that aren't destroying your life, you know?
Mhm.
But that's the power of music, is it can transport you to this feeling, right? And I think the guitar can do that maybe better than, well, I don't want to, guitar versus piano. Here we go.
No, we can't even begin to do that because they work in harmony, really, if you do it right. I want to say that music makes me feel like I'm dry. I've got my slacks on. I've got my Ralph Lauren button down on. I've lost some weight. I'm driving with my beautiful wife to dinner, and we're meeting our best friends. And the dinner is at a marina. It's at a low lit harbor, and it's a fancy restaurant. And we decide to spring and get the bottle of wine, and we're eating fish,
lobster
and
bisque,
creme brulee for dessert. Yeah, kind of like the 1990s, like best meal you could imagine from back then. And there's no wake boats going under 5 knots. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's nice. No way.
And that music's playing. Doesn't that sound quite nice?
You have a talent for describing relaxed ambiances.
That's right. Well, that's what the music inspires in me. Now, do you guys know this guitarist named? So that's kind of, what would you guys call that guitar style?
Easy listening.
And I do have to say, asking you guys that question, it makes me feel like I work at a summer school, you know? And you guys are the only two members in the classroom. And we've got 8 hours to spend together every day.
Yeah, it sounds like kind of guitar, quiet, I guess. I want to never stop learning. Mark my words.
Can I give a shout out to a specific, I guess, band that, because I used to play guitar very amateur style, and I would try to go to the tabs sites and learn. You remember these, the tab? I mean, I'm sure they're still around, but you remember when you wouldn't learn it,
Ultimate,
you would learn it via
guitar
tabs.
tabs.
And I would look up all these guitar tabs for various songs, and then some of them would be just so complicated that I was like, "There's no way I could."
How could somebody
this.
do this?
But you know what band that I would just be able to body instantly?
What
was The Strokes? I could play
Oh,
every
yeah, dope song.
because that shit is so easy to play, and every like band in my high school was like covering Stroke songs. Like everybody who was like barely knew how to play their instruments. It's just
Yeah,
easy, you know what I'm saying? And I just shout out to them for getting down to the bare bones, you know, expressing their music in minimalism.
right.
Reptilia, The Strokes. Can I tell you about a lie?
Yeah,
Sure.
if you
So you guys
wish.
know what it is. It's 7th grade. I'm chilling, doing the full year, top to bottom special ed courses. This is a special year. And I'm in a class. I can't remember. I actually don't even remember what the fuck this class was or why this was happening. But we were display for some reason there was a presentation and I was playing the Master of Puppets solo on an unplugged electric guitar. And I knew like the first portion of it that was pretty slow, but then it starts going all crazy. If you know it, you know it. And then the second half of the solo was like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
then
totally.
when it gets to that part, I know you do because you like Metallica more than anyone. But then it gets to that part of the solo, and I literally was just like praying that nobody noticed. I was, by the way, playing along to the song, so it wasn't like I was playing it a cappella. So then when that part of the solo hit, I was just hoping that nobody would notice that I didn't know the fucking solo at all. And I was just moving my fingers around. And one of the kids put his hand on the guitar while I was playing it and looked at everybody else and went like this with his head, went like this.
It's not.
And
He's not doing it.
he shook his
Wow.
head. He shook his head,
He's a
looked at
narc.
everybody else in the class and shook his head no while feeling my fucking vibrations that it wasn't happening.
Musical
Death to
narc.
him. Death to him.
Death.
I have a fun
To all of
little thing we can do right now. Cause I know you guys know about air guitar, right? You don't even need a guitar.
Oh shit.
Hey,
In
man.
this
Now watch
outfit,
this,
yeah.
Eric. I want you to look up this song. This is gonna be so hard to search. Are you on the phone right now?
I'm on Spotify. Yeah, of course. I'm always on Spotify.
Okay, look up SAM
Sam.
TIDIG
On YouTube?
T on Spotify or whatever. I'm sure it'll come up on YouTube.
Wait,
Sam
I
Tiggett?
just.
Sam
Yeah.
Sam Tiggett the 2 with the 2 at the end.
Wait.
What the
I lost
fuck?
you at Sam.
By
Sam
Union. TIDIGT 2.
This is gonna hack into your phone. This is like a PlayStation hack, like down, B, left, right.
Sam Tiggett. Hoffers.
It's by
What the fuck
Dungen.
is going on?
DUNGEN. Trust me, this is gonna be worth it. I'm gonna do the guitar. I'm gonna do the air guitar for this, and you guys are gonna be fucking shocked. It's gonna, if you put a guitar where my hands were going, there's no difference between what this guitar is doing and.
Did I spell that right? Sam.
Yeah, but put a 2 at the end.
What's
put
that
a number
podcast?
2.
What was that?
Space 2.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Totally frozen. Nate, you don't have the internet power for this. Okay.
Wow. If you're just listening, yeah, Nate's just going crazy right now. Wow. Really specific hand movements.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nate's hands are probably too big for a guitar.
Damn. When you're in the
It's good.
memory care facility, Nate, and you pop up and they start playing this song and you just go like this. Okay. I mean, that was amazing,
right.
Nate. It goes on for 5 minutes.
You saw that,
was
right?
amazing, man. Yeah,
What the fuck
did
was
we
that?
see it? Yeah, of course.
Was I frozen the
Gee.
entire time?
No, I was seeing it.
Nah.
Well, I think your hands are moving so fast it was hard to tell.
That's, by the way, that's the greatest guitar part of all time. That song.
Except for Freebird,
You
right?
disagree?
No, I agree. I'm literally agreeing. I'm thinking about just children. I think are going to lose all will and desire to do shit like this. Don't you think? With the coming
Yeah.
technologies, don't you think?
Why do you think I'm so concerned about the future?
I think we need to. It's time to hard launch the. I know we talked about it last time, but the human resistance element of this podcast.
And music is going to be a
Dude,
big part of that. I feel
Music is what?
is going to be a big part of that.
Oh, it's going to be the key. I've been screaming that from day one.
It's going to be the key. Listen, guys, music's going to be the key. Saying that in Congress. I'm ready.
We
had
what though?
If we had like a, those like 1,000 people, whatever, like 50,000 people march on Washington. Mm-hmm. What if that was a choir singing a song?
Wow. Of all singing races.
No, just a couple of them.
I would that would be quite powerful. I think even Trump couldn't look away from that or close his ears.
Really? 50,000 Dominicans and Irish people singing the Tokyo Ghoul intro.
All I'm saying is something would happen. Something would change. Something would change if that were to occur.
Right.
Yeah, something would change.
I was mildly faded last night, and I watched this video on the origins of human life. And this guy was talking about it in a way I'd never just heard described before. He was like, we don't know how close we were to not like the asteroid impact that wiped out what we call the dinosaurs. He was like, if that had happened 30 minutes before or 30 minutes after, the asteroid would have hit at a different spot on the Earth. And the place where it hit in the Yucatan Peninsula was full of like the soil had the right chemicals that when it went up into the air and it destroyed a lot of plant life, I think, which stopped the dinosaurs from eating. If that had happened slightly differently, humankind wouldn't be around, and a guitar would have never been made in the universe. Think about it like that.
Jesus Christ!
See how lucky we are.
I was wondering where you're going with this. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure actually, but I've just tied it together in the last second.
Wow.
Wow, right?
Wow. It makes you wonder what other instruments have never existed just from the butterfly effect.
I did just see a new instrument, a 3D printed instrument. It was some type of flute.
Oh.
We haven't had a new instrument in a while, that really took over the zeitgeist. What was the last new instrument? Because all of them are variations on the analog version, But I'm talking about a new stringed instrument, a new horn brass. There's been literally no innovation in brass for 300 years.
Yeah, that you know of.
Yeah, this can't be true, Nate. How about all those electric guitars where you touch them and it's like a video game? You touch them with like a little metal pen and it goes.
Are you talking about Guitar Hero like that?
No, not talking about fucking video games again, Nate. Not always talk about video games like you guys. No, I don't know the name of it. What's happening?
Well, I've just found a video where they have literally a new brass instrument.
All right.
And guess where it's being made? China. Wow.
Oh, China.
Of fucking course. Wow.
The person who invented, I got to give a shout out to whoever invented that huge, the tuba, man. That must have been a psycho who fucking made that shit.
The tuba?
The fuck are you doing, man? That's it's way too big. There's no way.
Back up.
Watch this. Back up.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, no! What the fuck?
All people fall into their knees.
Bro, yo.
Bunch of trumpet players bowing down.
Setting the
did.
trumpets down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, boom, boom. What a goofy ass sound, dude.
Yeah. No,
You can
but
only
it's
that's like that, you can't play many genres with that. Like that can't tap into
people haven't been willing to experiment with it. You know?
tuba based hip hop.
There's probably a lot of that.
Yeah, there
Or
probably
not.
is.
Or zero.
Now that
Could
I
be
think
none
of
of it
it.
yet.
What
Eric
is your
playing now?
You
guys?
hear that?
No.
Well, now other fucking instruments
Wait,
are
yeah.
coming in, but it started with just a
Sounds
tuba.
like a
Oh, this is a tuba
delightful.
sonata.
Oh, yeah, but that look at that. There's more than one, you know.
I know.
I don't think that's leaning tuba, you know.
Mm,
What is your guys' favorite guitar brands?
Yo,
Yamaha.
can I tell you? This is legitness. Yesterday morning, I was sleep talking, and Raleigh was like, "Do you remember saying you were listing? This is crazy." Raleigh said you were listing guitar brands in your sleep. And she thought I was joking.
Rickenbacker.
she said she said you're like trying to get me to join in. You're like Ibanez, the Stratocaster.
Yo, that's crazy, dude.
Come on.
Wow.
That's
What's the
GP
who
Wilson or
makes
whatever, Gilbert.
the classical guitars where people have to have the long ass fingernails? And question: do you think it's worth it to look like a freak to play beautiful
man.
classical music like that?
for your
Of
art.
course it is.
Yeah.
Flamenco?
But isn't it disgusting? The long fingernails.
There's nothing
Ooh.
disgusting. I'm so confused about. I mean, this is maybe a big hygienic lapse in my personality, but I don't understand what the fuck is gross about fingernails. What the fuck is gross about hair? Oh, there's hair in my food. Hair is probably the one thing on your body that cannot have germs. It cannot change. It does not. It's not a part of you. If you go out in the hot sun, your hair gets hot because it's a dead fucking rope. It's not regulated. It's not part of your body. It's clean. There's no germs on it. And by the way, I did an open-toed comedy show last night. Full outfit on, jeans, shirt, and I had fucking sandals with no socks on it. And everybody said, "Ooh, you're going out in New York City with no socks on? You fleas, man. Get away from me, you fleas.
Palmer
You guys
Luckey
are soft."
I'm
Yeah,
seeing
man.
a resurgence of the they're on like GQ. They're saying people are Bradley Cooper has been rocking sandals in the streets of New York. I wonder if he's.
Ooh.
I mean, I feel like maybe this is related to you, Jack. Maybe he saw you.
Oh, for sure.
You know, you're at the ground
Who,
level of
Coop.
Coop. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard Gordon Ramsay call Bradley Cooper Coop the other day.
Coop.
on a podcast.
Really? That's funny.
By
If
the
you
way,
really know
Smart
me,
List.
yeah.
Smart List. Did you guys see this? Because I
I don't
listened
think
to
this is
Gordon
real.
Ramsay on Smart List. Smart List has a new phone. Has a mobile
Something tells me
company.
this is a prank. Like, how
I don't
could that
think
be
so.
real?
I don't
What are you
think
saying?
so.
So they are
What
a
happened?
podcast is turning into fucking Verizon. What are we talking
T-Mobile,
about here?
dude. T-Mobile is a network that's backing them technologically. Get it straight, please.
Man, what is
I
the
think it's
network
real, bro.
that houses like burner phones? Because I feel like I wonder if we could
If
partner
we
with like
dominate the burner market,
there's
Well,
a
they're
hole
getting
there.
rid of SIM
There's
cards.
excuse me.
What?
Isn't the
Hold
iPhone
on.
getting rid of SIM cards? So now I can't fucking go get a burner anytime I want? Swap.
Hell nah.
That changes a lot for me. That
I guess
is
it's not a burner. Wait, is it not a burner if you put your SIM card in an old phone? It's still
Then it would be traced back to you.
it's
Yeah,
still
right.
you, yeah. All right.
Why do you know so much about this, Eric?
Huh?
Why do you know so much about this?
there was a God. I keep going back to the cruise ship, but there was like a boyfriend that was visiting one of the dancers who it was found out that he had like 3 and he was having crazy. I guess they call them affairs upon there, on those
Yeah,
things.
how you gonna cheat, dude? How you gonna cheat without the burner phone?
Without a burner? A burner iPhone is funny too. Wow. And you see the new iPhone design, right?
No.
What, they change it up? Is it?
Yeah, they have majorly changed this shit up. Look at this.
No way.
Is it square? Is it a rectangle?
Get ready. I mean, get ready. This shit looks amazing. Yep.
Wow. Wow.
You see that, right? Thank you.
Congratulations, man, Steve. Everybody. Wow.
Steve,
That's awesome.
everybody. Good job,
Steve
guys.
Jobs, rather.
Wait, who's the guy now? Cook?
Tim
Apple.
Cook.
Tim Cook.
Tim Cook? Captain Cook.
Yo, Cook is right. The man is
He's
cooking,
cooking, bro.
in terms of
Cook is
rectangles.
Mhm. Cooking.
Dude, that must be so disappointing because you know how they do those like unveilings every year, and every year they don't, because it used to be like every year they'd be like, here's the iMac, here's the fucking iPhone, here's the iPod, and they'd have a new product. Now they just go out and they're like, hey, it's the same fucking thing, but like, you know, you can move around the apps quicker. It's just like a little quicker.
Fuck? What happened to creativity, man? It's actually so sad because growing up, I don't even need to say it. We had the kick, the flip, the switch. Every single phone that came out, it was every other week. There's 1,000 companies just came out with 1,000 new shapes of phones. Know, bro. And now they're calling it 17, the iPhone 17. What's next? Fucking 18?
Well,
come on. I could have predicted that.
You've seen the Razr has made a comeback, Motorola Razr. And
what do you mean?
All that they got now is that you can open it. The screen folds. Have you seen this?
Cool, man.
Yeah, cool, man. Great. That's just what I wanted. Psych.
What's next? You're gonna fucking invent
armadillo skin style phone. Whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there you go. The taxidermy iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something, bro. Please.
I think they should have like the belt buckle that, like, you know how people can put like GoPros, like kind of that it's like right here, but it's attached to a belt or like a harness. Have that with a fucking like 2 screens, you know, like a double screen sort of setup, and have a touch screen, and you can just be walking around all day long, just watching
let me
2
get
different.
A ball.
You can watch, you know, Arrested Development and play, you know, Flash games on the other side.
Watching Arrested Development, listening to Smartless at the same time.
Wow.
Jason Bateman.
Going to Jamba Juice.
You want a ball? So you want a BB-8?
I want a fucking Pokeball. I want a Pokeball style belt. I'll go belt as well, with a ball orb on it. It's not in my pocket. It's on my hip like a gat. I take that shit off of my hip and I press the button and it flips open like this. Weird. And I can, you know, interact vocally or just telepathically with it or something. But yeah, I don't. I don't know. I just don't know.
Right. And it has a really high magnetic field. So you can, from anywhere, if you just like drop it from like 20 feet around you, it snaps so fucking fast right back to your fucking hip.
Yo, I like that. Custom, NFT magnets. This is a very specified magnetic field rhythm frequency, so that your phone is only magnetized to your specific field. Right.
Wow.
Do you know what an NFT is, Jack?
Yeah, of course I do.
That NFT
NFT just means custom, dude. It just means custom. It doesn't mean anything.
Okay. Sorry.
I do think we're going to see magnetism being used as a form of energy very soon. I'm shocked that it hasn't been, frankly, capitalized on yet.
Magnetic
it's
weapon.
An infinite resource.
Here we go. Magnet weapon. You throw a highly magnetized little dot behind somebody's head, and then you take out the fucking metal fucking pearl and just let it rip. It goes right through their fucking head.
That's awesome.
Okay. How do you get the
Dude, get us
magnetized
in
dot
fucking
on
the
that? Right.
defense contract right now,
Please,
dude.
bro. Creative killing technologies.
Oh, that's what the
Please.
guy who I used to make rap videos for does now. He works for a missile invention company in Virginia Beach.
Wow. Which missile inventor?
Which missile inventor?
Palantir?
I'd have to look it up. Palantir.
Palantir.
You know what Palantir is?
Yeah, of course I know what Palantir is, man. I've been
You're
doing
gonna
recon on
want
them for a
to.
minute.
Oh yeah, I just
Oh,
had a meeting
you're
with them.
gonna
They're great.
know.
They're
You
awesome.
did a general with Palantir.
Yeah. They're trying to develop shit. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Tra la la, tra la la. Sorry.
What is the craziest missile that's non-atomic?
The craziest missile? I'd have to.
Probably
I don't.
the
my,
love
My
bomb.
knowledge of missile systems is not as robust as I'd like it to be. That's what I'll say.
Deadliest missile. The deadliest missile is, bro. Damn, this has got a crazy name. It's called the RS-28 Sarmat, also known as Satan II ICBM.
Satan 2.
It is
What's
a
Satan
super
1
heavy
about?
intercontinental ballistic missile with a range of 18,000 kilometers and the ability to carry multiple powerful thermonuclear
What's it look like?
warheads.
Oh, this isn't even a
Satan
bomb,
II.
dude. I'm not impressed by this. All it's saying is that it can travel. It's intercontinental. What's that mean? You could take a flight? Tell me about the actual bomb.
So it's a 747.
Right. So is a boat.
Mm-hmm.
So is a raft.
Bro, the Satan II. Okay. This looks, yeah. If you got a girlfriend, yeah, I think you know what that looks like.
A bed.
Tampon, inserter. That's crazy, bro. It's pathetic. They need to make it look scarier. I think. Oh,
bro.
Satan 2. Jesus Christ.
You guys think I'm
Why
in my
are we
luteal phase
dedicating
right
so
now?
much- What? What did you say?
I asked if you guys think I'm in my luteal phase right now of life.
The male luteal phase.
The years-long male luteal
you know
phase.
what? You could be, yeah. It depends
Sorry.
how long you're gonna live for, you know.
I'll do another year or two.
Eric, you don't even know what that is, do you? Because you haven't studied the
luteal
fucking
phase?
female anatomy and
No, I know
like
exactly
I have.
what luteal phase is. Which one are we talking about? Earlier, latent. What I was saying, though, when I was cut off rather rudely, was why are we dedicating so much technology to death and missiles when we could be putting that into a new garage band technology, a new instruments, more television development, more funding for clowning and the arts?
How about
It's
this?
because of
Instead
men.
of the military industrial complex, the music industrial complex. How many trillions of dollars are we putting? Let's put that into Ableton, into FL Studio 6.
Fruity Loops.
Okay. Imagine what we could do. Imagine what new sounds we could create. What type of feelings we could create from that.
Well, wow. You know, with the age we're coming into, if AI really pops off, we could be living in an age of radical abundance if the powers that be allowed everyone else to come up with them and rise up. But that won't
Damn, I
happen.
just saw. Did you see Mike Israetel posted a video along this line? If you don't know Mike Israetel, this is a man with an impressive.
Dr. Mike
Sorry.
Israetel.
Dr. Mike Israetel, most round belly in the weightlifting, looking abnormal.
Oh,
in a
right,
good
this
way.
guy.
He's got the front shell. He's got the front turtle shell. But basically, what I'm saying is, he just put out a video that was like, AI is going to make everybody super fucking rich. It's awesome. And then he's like, basically, what's going to happen is corporations are going to start making more money, and they're going to like bring you with them. And every single comment is like, Mike, where the fuck have you, just like calling him out for thinking that when a corporation makes more money, the first thing they do is give more money to their employees and not fire everybody. Mike, dude, get with the program. And he's from
How
Russia.
foolish people are. Trickle down in economics. It's happening again. Do we not learn from the past? Do we not learn from the mistakes we made
Automation,
just
globalization.
not 20 years ago?
Did somebody say a revolution, or is it all in my head?
This is the
Is
song
that
Eric
what it
was.
takes to make a solution, a revolution? Yeah, I tried to say
Eric, I have
Rage Against the
never.
Machine?
What?
You never
Is
what?
that Rage Against the Machine?
No, dude, it's POD, Payable on Death.
Oh, POD, of course.
We have video of this. Eric was learning that song for a show, and I'm not meaning to dox you. But on the drive over to the show, Eric played that intro about 8 times, blasting it on the highway, singing at the top of his lungs, getting ready.
Try and memorize
then
it.
you gotta-
And then in the show,
I couldn't
you
remember.
like messed up like the first bit of it.
That was so fucking funny.
Yeah, and it was like silent, like no one knew the song, and so no one was like excited to hear it. That was a rough.
Was the sweat dripping
start.
at that? Could you feel the sweat
Oh
coming?
my
coming
My confidence levels have, I would say peaked, and so that didn't even phase me. I thought, I can sing the song for a minute, and no one is into it, and it won't matter.
I think it was
It'll
even
actually be
funnier
good.
that you were struggling to remember the lyrics.
Definitely. Definitely. Dude, I had a joke bomb last night that I couldn't believe. I thought this was scientifically crafted to be good. You guys know how I do a large portion of my act is about jokes about what I look like.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Right.
telling me that I said, what did I say? If Joey Chestnut was in Search Party, that fucking ate shit. I think you could put Joey Chestnut on anything.
Everybody play this back, and I want you to take. Damn, I wish we would have set this up where we could have everybody who's listening right now record themselves on a voice memo app, okay? And then they get to hear this joke in real time, and then we can triangulate all of the fucking the voice memos from all of the patrons, all of the listeners, which is many people, by the way, and we could see an objective view if that joke works or not.
Well, you're discounting the ambiance of the club. It's like I thought in a fucking Brooklyn house. I thought a Union Hall in Brooklyn. These people are basically watching Search Party for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I guess they've moved on. But
I'd say give it another shot. Don't let that one. It might have just been that audience. That night.
I quit.
What else? What else have we not talked about with the guitar?
A lot.
I mean, there's so many aspects to it. Electric guitars. My roommate in college had a 12-string. I think it was a Rickenbacker, and that thing, dude. I mean, shout out to the person who decided to add an extra string per whatever. I don't know how you quantify each note or whatever, but that shit sounded beautiful. It was a beautiful guitar too. It was so gorgeous.
Brian Wilson has just died.
Who's that? I don't mean to be disrespectful.
Of the Beach Boys.
Oh, Brian. I said Ryan. Brian Wilson? Oh, hell nah. You got me kidding me, dude.
He's gone. On the music that we're talking about, guitar, which is utilized in songs that he wrote.
The tidal wave.
Shout out to Brian Wilson, man.
Hey, let's send him off to the great beyond, shall we? What's a good beat? I love the color.
Yeah.
No, this is sad.
Nothing to laugh about.
This is sad.
A certified legend. I mean, speaking of guitar, I don't know if he played. I'm sure he did play guitar, but I think he was he just a front man in the band, or was he strumming?
No. Was he just no? He was the genius behind the band. He realized this, Nate.
Didn't you see that movie?
The genius.
Brian Wilson.
But I'm saying on stage, was he strumming on that thing?
Oh, I think he was playing the piano. I think mostly.
Brian.
Man.
Wow.
Hey,
We
Brian.
gotta
And the
tap
Bare Naked
in.
Ladies have a great song about Brian Wilson called Brian Wilson. Do you guys know this one? Do you guys know this Beach Boys song? God, this one's good.
Oh,
Oops.
I can't quite make that.
G
Oh,
there. Damn, that is too
what
bad.
about this one? This is one of my favorites.
Let's hear it.
I just wasn't made for these times. Every
I don't know that
time
one.
I get the inspiration.
Oh my
That song fucking hits, dude. I just wasn't made for these
God.
times. What are you talking about? That was the 60s, dude. You were in the best era.
Best time of
I mean,
all
if you were
time.
feeling that way in fucking 1965 or whatever that shit came out, something must have been wrong, and he must have been a tortured soul. So I
What
feel
about
for you, Brian.
remember Kokomo?
Okay. Oh, this is the
Damn.
Yeah, I
Blackout
remember
drunk
that.
at the urinal.
they had so much whimsy to their, it was just fun.
This is how about, I don't know if this one was in Lost maybe or something, but isn't this the scariest song in the world?
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
There are some songs where you can just hear the
The evil.
ancient
Well, you know
death.
about this story. This is the craziest recording day of all time, I think, in the music studio,
What?
where I believe I'm gonna so fuck this up, but I think Brian Wilson like started a fire with his mind. You know what I'm talking about? Does this register? I swear to God,
That'd be
look
a
it up.
crazy day recording.
He
That would
literally
make
was
me-
like,
yeah.
he set a building on
Oh.
fire or something like that with his
mind?
power
What
of
the
his.
fuck?
Dude, look it up. It's something like that happened.
All right, let's look it up.
Damn. Did Brian
Did-
Wilson start a fire with his mind? He started a musical fire under the ashes of a bunch of record music executives.
The
But
Beatles versus the Beach Boys. Good God, discussing that at the bar in 1967.
can I tell you that I think the Beach Boys songs have had a longer lasting impact on me than the Beatles? Can I tell you that?
Wow, that's very
Is that
vulnerable
a safe-
of you to
is this
share
a
that
safe space?
information.
Huh. Man.
I mean, this is a whole nother discussion. This is a whole nother This could take hours. to
This
discuss
is like
this very topic.
right. And this is basically like our Kobe.
Yeah.
Realizing that Kobe died live. Realizing Brian Wilson's gone. Well, okay, resting.
What gave you guys
Wow.
joy this week, man?
Wow.
Oh,
How
here
about
we
that?
go.
Do it to the for one time. Do it over this song. You know what I'm saying?
Surfing USA. Here's what happened to me this week. We went to the biggest pool in the continental United States. Okay? Giant
check this
ass
off.
pool. About 20 minutes. No. Oh, I thought you guys were liking it.
Oh, sorry.
And there was water slides there.
well-
And giant ass pool, and they had imported sand. You get to lay out on the sand. They have a food truck there. It's called the Hanson Dam Aquatic Center. So shout out.
Damn. I'll say that you know what? I've been drinking decaf coffee like after I've had my way too much caffeine. I'll just make a cup of decaf coffee at like 5 p.m., 4 p.m.
Wow, just a hot cup.
And it just does nothing for you. It's absolutely nothing. But you feel it's a placebo effect. You kind of get that second wave of your brain associates that taste with creativity and energy and liveliness. So if you want to boost the second half of your day, go get some decaf coffee and brew you a fucking cup. Jack.
Wow. Yeah. Sorry. I think I slept for like 16 hours. I think I slept from like 11 p.m. to 5:30 p.m.
Jesus.
Did you
I
feel
got up at
rested?
one point,
Last night. This happened last night.
The night before.
Because I did notice this before we talked to the podcast. That your energy levels were peaking. I haven't seen this type of
Yesterday?
energy.
Oh, today?
No, today. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm just hopeful.
Yeah. Me too,
I'm
man.
Maybe
just
you have
hopeful
that
about
body type
so
that
much.
you need, like, you're like a cat, you know, you need like 20
I
hours
need
of
10
sleep a
hours.
day.
I really do think that.
Possible.
Yeah.
Shout out the C chord, the G chord, A minor. Shout out E. Shout out all of the
Hendrix.
sustained chords, bar chords.
Minor chords.
Shout out finger picking.
Arpeggios. I think that's something.
What's it
Scales.
called when you put the finger on? When you tap the finger on and off? A hammer?
Hammer-ons.
Something like that.
Hammer
Shout
off.
out to my youth group that I played guitar in, but they asked me to leave because I was not good enough.
Whoops.
And shout out to all the musicians out there that are brave enough to shatter their fucking guitars on stage. Yeah, I know that's expensive.
Yeah, but it feels great to watch. Yeah. Shout out Brian Wilson. We hope you rest peacefully. We know there were some ups and downs in your life for sure, based on that movie with John Cusack. But
we believe you about the fire.
Yeah,
yeah.
I really
the mind thing.
All right,
powerful man.
Out,
stay
guys.
luteal.
Well, that concludes another incredible fucking episode of Joy Tactics. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being a patron. We don't care about anyone but you all. Until next time, cheers.